Sara Netanyahu is the wife of the Prime Minister and the First Lady of Israel. But the rumors and fears surrounding her are no fewer than those around Benjamin himself. Her name is whispered in political circles. Even Netanyahu himself is said to fear her. How did Sara, a former flight attendant, become the most powerful and talked about woman in Israel? And who is she really, a loyal wife or the hidden ruler of the country? Watch this video to the end to learn the full story of the world's most controversial First Lady. You'll be shocked. Let's begin. Benjamin Netanyahu is the longest-serving Prime Minister in Israel's history. He is now in his 6th term. He has survived accusations, protests, and dozens of political storms. People call him the cunning fox of Middle Eastern politics, and the public affectionately calls him Bibi. But no matter how strong he looks on the outside, his personal life has always been turbulent. Netanyahu has been married 3 times and has had many affairs. His first wife was Miriam Weizman, whom he met in Israel. In 1972, they moved together to the US to study, and soon after they got married. But after 6 years, when Miriam was pregnant, Netanyahu met a student named Fleur Katz in a university library. They started an affair. Miriam found out about the cheating and filed for divorce. Their daughter Noah was born after the divorce and has always tried to stay away from the spotlight, especially her father's politics. In the end, his lover Fleur Katz became his second wife. She was smart, charming, and originally from the United Kingdom. For Netanyahu, she converted to Judaism and moved to Israel. But the social life, diplomatic events, and constant stress wore her down. After 7 years of marriage, she quietly divorced Netanyahu and returned to her home country. After the divorce from Fleur, many expected Bibi to appear with someone glamorous and well-known again. But instead, he showed up with someone completely different. No big career, no elite connections, just Sara. So who is she really? And how did a simple flight attendant turn into a woman whose name is now associated with scandal and who people are even afraid to mention? Sara met her future husband on a New York to Tel Aviv flight. During her student years, she worked as a flight attendant. By that time, Benjamin Netanyahu was already a rising political figure. He says it was love at first sight. This shy blonde handed him a note with her name and phone number. And yes, he called her. By then, Sara already had one failed marriage behind her. She was no naive girl. They got married, and together they had 2 sons, Yair and Avner. The family seemed strong, but no one could call it peaceful. Just a couple of years after the wedding, a scandal broke out. Just days before an election, Benjamin Netanyahu publicly admitted to having an affair with his press secretary. Someone had threatened to leak compromising material, but he didn't let it break him. Sara didn't leave. And from that moment, people close to the family say she started acting differently. Not like a wife, but like someone in charge. There are even legends about how much influence she has over her husband. The media say that Sara doesn't even allow him to see his daughter from his first marriage, Noah. Former staff members recall, if you work with the Prime Minister, you also work with Sara. She controlled guest lists, interfered with the security team, and questioned aides. Offending Sara could mean losing access to Netanyahu himself. People have been talking about Sara's difficult personality for years. Several of her staff members have complained and even sued her. They accused her of insults, tantrums, and even withholding pay. One bodyguard said Sara created a hostile work environment, and he won the case. Another worker sued her for $30,000 over bad treatment. He said she would send him to buy food and then blame him for her weight gain, saying there was too much food. Media reports say Sara could call employees in the middle of the night just to scold them, for example, if they bought milk in a paper carton instead of a plastic one. One aide even said Sara once woke him up at 3 a.m. to heat up soup for her. According to the Times of Israel, one of the former staff members of the residence said that the atmosphere in the house was humiliating. She said she was insulted. mocked, and brought to tears. She also said that Sarah would sometimes drink too much, and in those moments she became especially irritable and unpredictable. Other former maids said that Sarah had an unhealthy obsession with perfect cleanliness. Sarah Netanyahu's fashion choices were also a subject of constant criticism. She often appeared at official events in shiny, bright dresses, more suited for parties than formal events. Later, she hired new stylists and started dressing in more modest outfits. But one thing never changed: she still prefers dresses above the knee. Netanyahu has said many times that people are unfair to Sarah. He said that when people meet her in person, they can't believe she's the same woman the media always attacks. But facts are facts. And for those who still had doubts, a scandal in 2019 made headlines far beyond Israel. During an official visit to Ukraine, the Netanyahu couple was welcomed with the traditional bread and salt ceremony. The Prime Minister took a piece and ate it. Sarah took hers and threw it on the ground. The video spread around the world and caused a wave of outrage. Many saw it as an insult to Ukrainian traditions. People commented, "You don't throw bread, not even if you're the Prime Minister's wife." Benjamin tried to defend his wife, saying she didn't mean to offend anyone, she was just confused, but people didn't forget it. In the Israeli media, Sarah Netanyahu is often called the new Marie Antoinette. That was the name of France's last queen, hated by the people for her luxury and disconnect from ordinary life. She's often linked to the famous phrase, "Let them eat cake." This comparison is no accident. It's how people usually describe someone who's lived too long in a palace and forgets what happens outside its walls. But the higher Benjamin Netanyahu climbed in his political career, the louder the scandals around his wife became. In 2018, Sarah was accused of ordering food from expensive restaurants, paid from the state budget, even though the residence had its own chef. The damage was estimated at nearly $100,000. Sarah admitted the violation and paid a fine, though only $15,000. Reporters also remembered other expenses. In just 2 years, Sarah Netanyahu spent $45,000 on hairdressers and stylists, 3 times more than the official limit. Once, Sarah even invited a film crew to show off the simple kitchen at the residence. But later, reporters found out that there was another kitchen, much more luxurious, hidden from the camera. As for gifts from foreign visits, Israeli media reported that Sarah preferred to keep them for herself, even though the law says they must be handed over to the state. And we're not talking about fridge magnets, but about expensive, exclusive items. But money is only the tip of the iceberg. The main reason Sarah is criticized is her influence over the Prime Minister himself. The Israeli press believes that Sarah has serious power over her husband's decisions. Political journalist Ben Caspit, who wrote a book about Netanyahu, once said, "Sarah is the most powerful person in Israel, even more powerful than her husband. He hides in the bathroom to talk on the phone with people she doesn't like." Some say Sarah has the right to cancel any of her husband's meetings. It's believed that the couple even signed a legal agreement after the cheating scandal. She agreed to forgive him, but only under certain conditions, including the right to control his schedule. Today, the name Sarah Netanyahu is said in Israel with many different emotions. Some say it with fear, some with anger, and others with admiration. What do you think about her? Share in the comments. Thank you for watching and for your likes. See you next time.